in Manchester for Undisclosed 15. If you're with us in the building, make some noise. We're about to get into the headline battle on the left-hand side. You've seen him in Premier Battles time and time again. Manchester, show some love for Ghast Buff.
And on the right-hand side, making his return to Premier Battles and UK Battle Rap, show a lot of love for Reeverse!
Hopefully I don't jinx it, but it's going to be a crazy battle. Ghast Buff decided he's starting round one. Round one on you, Ghast, let's go.
I'm taking this shit off immediately.
That was shit.
Posh battle rappers. You might think you've seen his kind before. This is a posh battle rapper in its final form. Can't even pretend to like the pause. Politically aligned to the right, the sort to wine and dine with lords or go golfing with MPs on his own private course, specifically to undermine a cause that you and I support. Enough disposable income to have a man murdered and have them hide the corpse, only to be arrested for tax evasion or some other type of fraud, but is inevitably let off by the court, probably because he buys the court. I assure you, this man is so posh he would eat pussy with a knife and fork. I assure you, this man is so posh he would eat pussy with a knife and fork. Has never paid his taxes. Doesn't know what tax is. Which is ironic as the name Reeve has its origin in a title meaning sheriff who gets taxes for the king. That'll be relevant in the second, points if you notice. If he didn't turn up today, he would have been forgotten. Even when he was active, we didn't see him often. But to be fair, it's fucking hard to write a round of struggle bars when you don't have any real problems. Imagine going to a day of battle rapping, then going home to a massive mansion, up to Archibald the butler like rhyming combat's a lark. Rhyming combat's a lot. I dare say I'm getting hooked. Have you heard of Shuffle T? Well, I read his book and now have you heard of Shuffle T? Well, I read his book and now I leave the peasant shook. Tell the kitchen how I want my pheasant cooked. His A-level results came with his family crest on a wax stamp. Studied Tchaikovsky, played the fucking canon at band camp. Now I'm sure your Oxbridge chums consider you a bad man, cause tell him no, things go arse over tit like a handstand. If he doesn't get his way, he goes into apoplectic rage, disappears, harder to get a hold of than the end of the sellotape. It wasn't even gone that long. How are you lot nostalgic for the present day? Well, welcome back, Reeverse. I don't know what had you kept away, and I hope you're feeling better, mate. But even breach the topic of getting paid. I will fight you, your butlers, your chefs, your maids. There's only two certainties in life, and if you don't pay tax, then only death remains. Cause your vibe, aristocracy, can't tell the difference between bread and cake, and my vibe, eat the rich, your head's a plate. Cause it costs nothing to be kind, but I have expensive taste. I have risen up to drag you down just to show we're equal, and when we're eye to eye, I'll blind the guy, cause he's used to looking down his nose at people. This battle ain't compliments and this win ain't complimentary. We're not giving Mr. Reeve a freebie. I took the spot you left open. Don't for a second believe it's easy. This is your red carpet return. You need to beat me, and I just need to catch a rich cunt slipping. Free Luigi!
Let's go, Reeverse.
Bars were cold. Big up Archibald.
I haven't actually known you since day one, but I've practically known you since day two. I mean, it was less than 6 months between when we tried out. We both met at the first Prem event we came to. So if we started at the same point, how come we never went the same route? Why have our paths not crossed ever since our debuts? Why'd I have to take a year off and let you have a breakthrough for it to even remotely make sense for me to face you? See, I was cautious with my moves. I took my bookings comfortably. You bit off more than you could chew when you should have cut your teeth. Now you're just a practice dummy Prem have put in front of me to show I still have the potential I was good enough to be. See, if I was here, I'd have gone clear. I'm not saying I was top tier, but boy, I must have got near. So you won't see me crying about the fact my tear dropped. I might have spent a year off, but I never had an off year. You I might have had a year off, but I never had an off year. When you have been here, on job, for 3 years, non-stop, ever since you put one foot in this game, like hopscotch. I mean, basically, you walked in, Briggsy went chop chop, and you have worked your sweaty little socks off.
Shit.
I mean, I would never curse at my superiors. But you are fucking shit. You're not a person I took serious. You put in legwork, but you don't learn from the experience. That's why I'm the expert, another third of your appearances. You battled 30 middle tiers in 3 years because you're a hard worker. I went far further, far sooner, I'm a fast learner. Each of your opponents went and called you a school shooter, but I'm the one guy in your class that you can't murder. I mean, your biggest challenge here is trying to front your weak lyrics without having to resort to a bunch of cheap gimmicks. My only challenge here is having to surmise everything that's wrong with that in under 3 minutes. To start with, we only like you for your posts, because you've got cardboard delivery. You act like you're devoted to this art form religiously. The fact is you just have enough bar stored to instantly make far more shit battles far more consistently. I would use a cart horse for imagery. Because for donkey's years, you've been working like a pack mule, or I've just been chaffing the last pastures of grass at the end that you can just about see from the paddock where you and the rest of the cattle are farmed, you know, at the end of this battling path that you haven't yet travelled as far that I overtook you on when I was galloping past, but that's the difference between a workhorse and a stallion, Ghast. That's why I said that's the difference between a workhorse and a stallion, Ghast. That's why I can spend a year sat on my arse and still come back cantering past. Because Prem needs you to go and carry the car. They just called me through for the cavalry charge. So batten your arms or trot into bedlam. Say goodbye to the spot that you fled from. Reeverse means murder like the moniker Red Rum. So you'll see where I got my name from when you get spun. Before this, I even told you to break a leg. That was just a warning before the shot in the head comes. You decrepit little cart horse. You reckon you're a dark horse? Try showing these people you're not flogging a dead one.
Someone gas, let's go.
Yo! See, I tried to make the league money. I tried to make the league money. I plugged the Patreon, do promo for Skiddle. That run was pretty good, mate. It'd be better if you didn't check your phone in the middle. See, I think faith is a personal thing, and doing bars about it is stupid. I don't care if you believe in your Odins or your Zeuses, Ganesha or Anubis, Quetzalcoatl, Amaterasu or Cupid. And to be fair, this is not just a thing that you did. If I had £1 for every posh ex-teammate who did a roundabout Christians, I'd have £2. But being struck down for talking shit on a god is the dictionary definition of hubris. See, Reeverse battled Loso. It was voted, but it happened. A battler from the States who is Christian. And Elliot here takes the position that the invasion of Christians into the Scandinavian kingdoms made it their mission to violently spread their faith and religion, wiping out the pagan traditions, made them forbidden, and the worshippers of the Aesir were victims. I'm not saying that again. Because that's what the scene was missing, right? Viking patriotism. Which is a bit dramatic. Especially because I don't think the history matches. See, the pagans forced Hakon the Good to give Jesus up like he kicked a habit, till Olaf Tryggvason of Viken gathered an entire army to lift his standard, fought the pagans and kicked their asses. Then the remaining chieftains who were Christian managed to establish trade with the Brits and Frankish because they'd rather learn a scripture passage than die of a Nordic winter famine. Now I'm aware this is a rap battle. So you know what rhymes with Elliot, Reeve and Norse myths? This idiot believes in horse shit. Fuck the pagan! Pagan, sorry, Pagan. Imagine him going into church like, don't you dare open the Bible. The world must be purged for Odin's arrival. See, all's fair in love and war. My father thinks my mum's a whore. That's why all's fair in love and war. My father thinks my mum's a whore. That's why they ended up divorced. Cause she slept with a god during a thunderstorm and conceived me as a son of Thor. Yes, I'm sure your special relationship with Thor and his hammer has helped you climb the corporate ladder. I mean, imagine he dies. He gets sent to the halls of Valhalla to die, and then one day Odin appears. All the other gods stand at his side, and with a rallying cry, he declares, "Warriors, it's Ragnarok time! We face death! This is the final stand of our creed's great quest! Hell's undead army marches with DK stench. The frost giants are at the wall. The frost giants are at the walls. They are the main threat. Tell me, Einherjar warrior, what is ye main strength?" And he goes, "Not to brag, but I battled a Christian rapper on 3 days prep." You can believe what you want, it's fine with me, mate. What I'm trying to say is I don't think a rap battle's the time or the place for a crisis of faith, especially when a Reeve was the very first Brit the Vikings had slain. Because consider who it is that's saying this shit. Really take a minute. You think his hobbies are rape and pillage? Fucking Ivar the Gormless. What the Christians did in the Middle Ages is pretty mortifying, but it's not like Vikings are people we should be glorifying, and especially by someone so prim, proper and law-abiding. We'll let this son of Thor call the lightning. I've got fire overflow, and that's a funeral for a Viking.
I know I was calling you a cart horse and a workhorse and all that. Forget all of that. Look, because I genuinely cannot fathom all the evenings you put into networking, promos, social media you pushed. In a world of politics, how evenly you've stood to ensure in any scene, any league you're getting booked. From Ireland to iBattle, overseas you're getting looks. And I respect you even more for the fees you never took. So I don't know if you've considered, there's no reason that you would. But just imagine how good you would be if you were good. Honestly, you are literally the perfect brand ambassador. Besides the fact you're ugly and a bad rat batterer. I mean, imagine having the passion, the work ethic, everything, and being the worst ever specimen of the Homo sapien race. I mean, I want this battle to be monetized on YouTube, so in the thumbnail, Stro is taking your place. For a while, my hair was longer than yours. It seems recently you've overtaken the race. The reason it's keeping so amazing a pace is it's desperately trying to grow away from your face. I mean, you make Anthony Gordon look like Natalie Portman. You are charity auction contestant worthy. I mean, can you not win some air miles? Can you not get to Turkey? Are you aware of the advent of cosmetic surgery? I'm not saying you have to change your face. I kind of respect your commitment to the horrid features and horsehair. It's the remnants of your forebears, the peasants and the corsairs, and genuinely you're rare in the 21st century to be bred so perfectly for medieval warfare. You ghastly, grisly, grotesque, measly, putrid, weak, nasty, billy goatesque, seemingly humid freak. You creep, you weirdo, you touchy-feely stepfather, you man... I said you creep, you weirdo, you touchy-feely stepfather. You're the man kneeling next to the king, like, yes, master. And allegedly you're married. So perhaps you could tell me, did you meet reenacting the Battle of Helm's Deep? Were you meant to be a man? Had you recently had a pay cut? Did you show up as an orc to save money on makeup? I mean, were you insecure that she wouldn't like your face buff? Did she make you keep the helmet on when you made love? While you were wearing the disguise, did she open the front plate up, stare into your eyes, scream and slam it straight shut? I mean, I'm not trying to be mean or cross the line. I'm not trying to make you uncomfortable. I get it, love is blind. It's just wonderful. But even in Braille, your acne scars spell unfuckable. I get that love is blind, that's just wonderful. But even in Braille, your acne scars say unfuckable. And to think, I was going to do an impression of you, you know? Try to show people your boy's got some range. But I showed it to my friendship group and they said my voice didn't change. Frankly, especially given you've spoken about me being posh, I found confusing. Because you don't look posh. You look like you're using. I mean, I don't know the details of the lifestyle you're choosing, but the body keeps the score, James. You're losing. So when my friend said you sounded posh, I demanded they dare not spread the rumour. Because it is absolute tosh. You're not a toff because you look like the offspring of Henry Tudor. I mean, you do pronounce your T's and H's to give credit to you, but despite the very best efforts of your elocutor, your references reveal you've never had an academic tutor. Come on, guys. Jesus Christ. I said your references reveal you've never had an academic tutor. Come on, Ghast, you got as much class as Ferris Bueller. I mean, you should stick to Twitter space battles, pursuing that's the best manoeuvre. Your voice is more compelling when we don't see you're a pathetic loser. Besides, I reckon you've already got some next computer. Just don't turn on the camera, because your face sucks like a Henry Hoover. I mean, your missus has a nightmare. She wakes up next to Freddy Krueger. Thinking as she lies there, if she could change stuff, she'd have slept with Cooper. I mean... Please make some noise while I rehydrate. Your missus has a nightmare. She wakes up next to Freddy Krueger. Thinking as she lies there, if she could change stuff, she'd have slept with Cooper. I mean, Augustine said that you've the sense of humour of a Reddit user. If the term had developed sooner, another word he'd have said is gooner. You incel, I don't know why you stepped in the ring. With how many cameras that are on us, you never know when it's a predator sting. It's a small world after all. Anybody in Manchester could air you. I mean, I like that round you just did. But you're such a horny little helmet, my ancestors would wear you.
Come on, guys.
So someone new and quite good appears, and we make them think one day they'll be head of the table. They get a couple easy wins to see if they handle pressure and they're mentally stable. The fans will spin a narrative, develop a fable. Prem will give them a big stage or a main event if they're able, and then they vanish for a year. Come back and we're meant to be grateful. If you want to be seen as our saviour, I'll have him sent to the angels. Because guys like this get all the hype when they're new, but never stick around long enough for Prem to use. In the last year, we've lost Debug, Visual, Slester, Roots, Kingsley, Free Will, Jester, you. I get told I've got plenty left to prove. The killer crops say kill your crop, that's what we keep telling you. But if I don't have a crop to kill, the fuck am I meant to do? The fuck am I meant to do? You said you were Mr. Reliable, but for over a year, Reeve's been missing. Duvet days, everyone's sick leaves with no reason given, and I am sick of it. The ranks have been thinning while I've been in the thick of it. What's the point of me making all these Twitter clips and Insta vids, spamming every friend and acquaintance with the ticket link? Now I can't even leave myself, or this round makes me a hypocrite. But you were the one. But you were the golden child, the one the staff handpicked. They wanted him to win every match of his. It was like they had a script, but the guy was more impatient than when you have to piss when the traffic's shit. The guy would have got anything. All he had to do was ask for it. Golden balls getting shot after shot like the Takeshi's Castle Bridge. But then the same thing happens as what happens most times. They get a Shotty cosign, then bro buys into his own hype, then they don't try. Quality and consistency take a nosedive. Well, the next time Shots extends an arm, it'll be a clothesline. You were the golden child. That's what was so confusing, why you took a whole year off because of one battle we had him losing. Nominated for Battler of the Year, but the guy was fuming because he didn't win Best Newcomer in a league and year that he didn't debut in. But what really makes you an enemy of Reeverse is when you do your research. See, I can ask you not to say something, and if you break that bond with me, I can't do anything. And you don't have to make apologies, I have to take it on the cheek, because that's the nature of the beast. But your reputation as the latest prodigy is pretty tainted, honestly, because you think you get a say in what they see. We have censored your battles. Briggsy's done you a favour. In his ideal world, we'd send all the judges disclaimers, NDAs, battles with more redactions than government papers. Battle rap Keir Starmer, there's no love in your labour. Battle rap Keir Starmer, there's no love in your labour. I'll offer him battles, he'll say talk to my agent. I have to run my rounds past his solicitor before I might say them, and every punchline I write needs a source and citation. So don't talk about professionalism, you fucking amateur, when you've been given favours we'd never do for other battlers. Reeves can't be trusted with business like the current Chancellor. So don't be surprised if he fucks off again. It's not a new page, it's the final chapter. As staff, I should be trying to placate the whiny bastard, but on the flip side, I'm a battler in my own right, trying to climb the ladder. This shit's a bell curve. The best and worst case is you retire after.
Now, I would say you've battled every Tom, Dick and Harry, but that would be to forget every Dom, Rick and Barry. Next month, he's battling John, Mick and Larry. He's still waiting on responses from Ron, Nick and Gary. And you think, as a result of all the battles you do, that you're some kind of people's champ and not a massive attention whore. In reality, you just have angles and metaphors lined up ready for other battles you're prepping for. Which is why you clash every week and yet don't have any strong style. Why your bars are so trash and they don't match when they're compiled. Because you've had rounds for everyone and your notes up for a long while. So when you need a verse, you just go back to the stockpile. I mean, you battle just to bring 3 rounds saying, hey guys, look how many rounds I've done. I won the league undefeated. You can vouch my run. I've really broken records. You just sound like one. I said I won the league undefeated. You can vouch my run. I've really broken records. You just sound like one. 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 It's because you're copying and pasting in your notes app glitching, whereas everything I wrote's handwritten, and we can show that difference. You're cack-handed and you don't have vision. You lack talent and you're no tactician. That's why you have to travel to the fans. They ain't travelling to you because you lack passion and you're no ambition. So what does being the promo king actually improve if you can't sell tickets by your own admission? I mean, mate. How come you're married and you're always stood by yourself? I think spending some time with your girl might be good. In your videos, you look like you smell. I said, how come you're married and you're always stood by yourself? I think spending some time with your girl might be good. In your videos, you look like you smell. In person, you smell like you look. Which, I'd hate to be blunt, but it's probably why nobody likes you, to be honest, mate. And you have to do all this sort of other stuff to compensate. I mean, you battle. Beforehand you do the promo, and afterwards you edit them. At some point in that process, you started doing wrestling. Now Ghast is always mentioning the promo and the battling and the wrestling and the editing, but I just hardly think it's relevant. I mean, imagine this. Look, in COVID I learned that I could balance teaspoons on my nose and both ears and still casually move. I've got all the achievements in Assassin's Creed 2 on the Xbox 360 and the reboot. I've got an interest in the ruins of Machu Picchu. I'm keeping up my Duolingo language streak too. But none of that matters in a clash that we do, because Ghast, I just have to rap to beat you. So you have to do this other stuff to compensate for what you lack in skill, like Sisyphus, lifting his boulder up a massive hill, a thankless exercise, spending time running track and field, because you don't see the bigger picture where you're stuck inside a hamster wheel. I said you have to do that crap to compensate for for what you lack in skill, like Sisyphus, lifting his boulder up a massive hill, a thankless exercise, spending time running track and field, because you don't see the bigger picture, where you're stuck inside a hamster wheel, jumping over hurdles as they come round on a carousel, exerting all your energy, ultimately standing still, tiding over all the other rappers' fans when the battles film, but doing nothing overall to ever garner mass appeal. That's why you and Grad are only get booked as a package deal. So Prem can get some 5 out of 10s and not impact the bill, because you're off cuts, washed up, stuck inside a hammer mill, then slapped with a label saying natural when it's vacuum sealed. I mean, you actually used to come with rhymes that mattered to the other guy. Now you just rattle through a bunch of rhymes you haven't tuned or customized. It's absolutely cut and dry. The crap you do is one design, mass produced 100 times in factory room production lines. Look, in plain English, I'm the best of the best. If I said it in French, I'm the creme de la creme. I said in plain English, I'm the best of the best. And if I said it in French, I'm the creme de la creme. You're about as appealing as the phlegm in my chest from when I just said the phrase creme de la creme. When you rap, one line doesn't connect to the next. You don't know how to build up and then crescendo again. So your rhyme schemes remind me of lesbian sex. Kind of beat around the bush. It just ends when it ends.